I am going to show you a new feature in the Symbio Service and Installation app for lid binding. Now recently we have the Symbio Service and Installation app has started supporting the Symbio 800 as well as the Symbio 700, and so now we support both IntelliPak and chillers that have Symbio 800s on them, and of course Symbio 800s for IntelliPaks and chillers have lots of lids on them, and so now we have a lid binding feature that I'm going to show you here in a minute. This is the piece of equipment I'm hooked up to right now is an IntelliPak unit, and in order to get to the lid binding, what I would do is go over to the Tools menu over here, which is in the lower right corner. Once I click that, I can see I've got lid binding right here. Move that there. I've got the lid binding feature right here now. Just one word of caution here. You do have to be locally connected to the piece of equipment to do lid binding. And so if I was connected through Trane Connect, which is a remote connection, it will make me prove that I'm actually at the site and at the piece of equipment. And the way that it does that is once I hit this lid binding button here, it's going to actually take me to this local access screen. And the local access screen really just has me prove that I'm local here. And I just press the Enable Local Access button, and it tells me that I have to go over to the TD7 display and just hit the OK button that pops up on the TD7 display, and that proves that I'm local. In my case here today, I've actually got a local connection. I've got a Wi-Fi module connected to my Symbio 800, and so I'm already considered local, and so I'm not going to have to go through the proving step before I do my lid binding. So let me click on the lid binding button here. That will get us into the lid binding screen. You can see here we've got, there's 40 unbound lids here, and so that's quite a few lids. And so we do have this search function up here. If you want know the name of your lid, you can just start typing that in there, and then you can find your lid pretty quickly. We also have a way to sort. If I click over here on the sort button, I'm just going to sort by the name ascending. There's several other ways to sort as well. I'll click OK. We do have the LED on and off button here, so this would be used if you want to turn that little green light on all the LED, the lids, just to kind of check to make sure that you've got communication to all the lids and they're all talking. You can just turn the lids on and go around and look to make sure your green lights are on. I'll just turn those back off for now. In the center, we have kind of an overview of or a status, maybe you should call it a status. It just shows you that I've 0 bound right now. I've got 40 that are unbound and no other errors going on here. And so down below, I can scroll through this long list of lids here, and they're sorted alphabetically. But I'm just going to show you this very top one here, the compressor enable. So that's the one we're going to bind. I've got a dual, you see it says it's a dual relay output, and so I've got a dual relay output lid on my Symbio 800 just to show you this. And so what I'll do is go over here to the bind button. I click the bind button, and it's going to tell me to activate the lid by waving that magnet over your bind or your lid, which I will do right now. And once I get that little green light to come on, I hit the bind button here, and now the screen is going to go through kind of a refresh or rediscovery process here, which takes a couple of seconds. And when it comes back, now what it tells me is that I do have 1 bound lid, and now 39 are unbound. Just for this demonstration, I made sure it was right on the top. And so compressor enable that we looked at just a minute ago is now bound, and I can tell that by the fact that it's got the blue light or the blue badge here and the blue flag. Then that shows me that I am bound. And so that's how you bind a lid. To unbind a lid, you would just simply click on the unbind button. And in this case, it's just going to ask you, are you sure you want to do this? And I say, yes, I want to unbind. So I hit the unbind button. It goes through another refresh on the screen. And then what it'll show me after it pops back up is that now I have back to 0 that are bound and 40 unbound. And my first lid here is now unbound because it's red. It's showing red, the red square and the red flag. All right, so that's lid binding in the Symbio Service and Installation app. Again, this is new. That came out just recently, now that we support Symbio 800s, both IPAK and chiller. And so this is found on the Tools menu. You can go right to the Tools menu and you can find lid binding and go from there. All right, well, thanks for watching.